Hey y'all. Okay, so just trying to figure out where to start with what I want to speak about right now. It's gonna be kind of hard. Okay, so sorry, like kind of to be like a bearer of bad news or that saying these things, but my friend did come up missing at Christmas time, and I mean it took them 2 weeks to go find her, and like paying attention to the news and everything like that. I was like, oh, I think I know where she might be. I wanted to go to the door and knock on the door and say, where's my friend at? I mean, she was a few years younger than us, but like, I knew her when she was young. And, and then that was just another wake up call, like wake up call. I don't even think I was going to use that word. Um, another, I forgot what word I was actually going to use, but and then it can go into a whole lot of other things, you know. Um, and she was the only child. Um, so just another example to be like, what's wrong here? And then the man ends up getting out on the property bond, probably that she was found on. I mean, these things are crazy to me. And then, like, everybody has probably saw how messed up that system is for a long time. Why has nothing gotten done about it? Um, how come someone has to die before someone has to realize how messed up a system might be like that? And that's the only time they might see how the messed up system is when their family member dies, you know? Okay, so for me to go to them and say this person did XYZ, and then for them not to go and do anything, you know? Like, okay, so I had shared before about watching intervention. So, of course, like the addiction stuff and everything, I was always curious about, like the brain functions and everything like that. But I was also curious about why they didn't go after violent behavior, you know? And then to turn around and they know that the victims are putting their life on the line by the person that attacked them. And they don't care, you know? I mean, there's been a lot of things wrong for a long time. And, to go back to that other conversation to where I mentioned before, where the man said what he said, and, I said, and I could have been like, well, if anybody wanted to hate the blank man, then I would want to. And I don't really want to use these words, um, but at the same time, there's my dad, and he's a good man, and but then at the same time, it's like, well, the systems has messed up people's brain function. I mean, okay, so like I was talking to someone, whatever. Like I've had that look. I've had that look. Like something's wrong with me. And it's like, yeah, I've got secrets, but I'm sure y'all could tell if anybody's watching me that I'm kind of an open book. So it's like I look at it like, no, they got secrets. And then for people to tell me or any other person to tell me bad influences, well, they're bad influence. The bad guys are the bad influences. Like those type guys. So I know I was probably kind of all over the place, but there's so much there. So like to go back real quick. Okay. So I was sitting with my dad the other day and I was like, I said, okay, I'm trying to think of where I started because I was like, Dad, I was like, I know there's something before this, but it was like, Dad, I was like, don't you think that I couldn't have gone to school to be really anything I wanted to, you know? And I know there was something else. Maybe I'll remember because there was a few sentences before that. And this time he listened, or he was just listening. It didn't end up better day, whatever. Okay. So since he just kept listening, I just kept talking. And I was like, but at one point when I saw that they didn't go after child molesters and rapists and violent behavior, I didn't want to work. I mean, I was like, okay, I was like, yeah, don't you remember at one point I wanted to be a homicide detective and another point maybe a lawyer? I was like, but I realized then that they didn't do that. So how could I work with a system that doesn't care about, justice and stuff like that? And then oh yeah. So that's when I said, and then I said, Dad, I said, at some point in time, people need to be told more than just forgive. They should be told that what that person did wasn't right. And not to say I didn't hear that, but, and to be like, and justice should have been done. But I'm telling you, if you heard that more often or whatever, these people would be going home to find out what's wrong. You get what I'm saying? And kind of to totally change subject really quick because I want to say this. Okay. I hope everything I just said is fine. I kind of was all over the place. Like I said, I didn't really know where I was going to go with that because the thing with my friend and da-da. But, like, okay, so it was earlier this year that I was like, whoa, I got to just slow down. Like, I'm not God. I'm not going to have the answers for everything. And so it's like, so some things it's like, y'all get what I'm saying? And then also say this, maybe some people understand this, but I mean, we come in one accord, you know? So hopefully I said all that right. And then I guess that just leads into the another fact that, or the other point of, I think my dad, he did the best he could with I think he did the best he could and everything. But at the same time, it's like, well, wow, so many good men is not saying anything, not standing up, and I don't have much time left, but, and of course it leads into a whole lot more because, talking to my dad about, well, why does this person go to jail and then this person doesn't go to jail? Like, it's almost like the decent people that are trying are the ones that get the most attacked or something. Well, that might be in a different area, but that's what I'm going to try to, like, talk about maybe next time or whatever. But, because like I said, there's always so much. But I really just wanted to cover this because, my friend did go missing and they found her. I mean, she died. I mean, she was murdered. And she had a big gash in her head. And it was just sad. And that's a whole nother story. And I have no idea if I'm going to ever visit this again. But there's more to it. But maybe I'll get to that too. But no matter what. Well, he attacked another girl with a machete. So he went right back to jail. While he was out on bond. So anyways. So just to mention all that really quick. And I don't have much time now, so I can't go in. I'll probably go next into other things or whatever, because it goes into like, well, why does one thing make national news, and then they might want to talk about this, because there's been a lot of sad stories here, like a lot for the last few years, and that's why I think that a lot of things that I've already shared plays a huge role in it, But I'll see y'all soon. I just want to do this real quick. Sorry if I'm all over the place. Okay. All right. God bless. See y'all soon. Bye.